guests. With that, I wish to introduce some of our other guests as well. Ambassador Yogesh Gupta with me on the broadcast, Major General Rajan Kochhar, Dr. Sharad Kohli and Adat Kothari as well. Let me begin with Ambassador Yogesh Gupta. Ambassador Gupta, you did have a moment to hear what Abdullah Shahid, former Foreign Minister of Maldives, had to say. I want to understand from your perspective, sir, as far as a reset now with Maldives is concerned, what would that entail?
Well, I think, you have made a very good beginning by having the former foreign minister come in and introduce, the main features of how the relationship has changed between India and Maldives over the last year. And I think the President Muizzu has realized that India is a study partner. India is a partner who is available when there is a problem in Maldives or in other neighboring countries. And he can't substitute India with China. I mean, they may have whatever relations they want to have with China, but they can't substitute India with China or with any other country. And I think with that realization, I think the ground is set for the relationship to sort of revert to more normal. I hope that the current regime in Maldives will be sensitive to India's security concerns in particular, and will not allow China to use that country or its land or its waters in any way to do things against India's interest, because that is something that India will not accept. But leaving that aside, I think the situation is changing. The visit of Prime Minister Modi conveys very clearly that India is willing to sort of let the bygones be bygones and establish a new relationship. I'm sure Prime Minister Modi's visit will lead to India extending a helping hand to whatever problems Maldives is having, whether it is financial or it is other problems relating to economic development. I'm sure those issues will be spelled out very soon.
Absolutely. Let me bring in Major Rajan Kochhar into the conversation as well. Major Rajan Kochhar, one of the reasons why India did have a close eye on developments in the Maldives was because of the island's critical location in the Indian Ocean region. How do you think going ahead India will be addressing those concerns? Because there clearly was some sort of grievances or some sort of narrative that was built successfully in the Maldives for the current administration to come to power on a quote-unquote India out campaign. So how do we now navigate this very delicate relationship? Because while we may say that Maldives needs India surely as far as economics are concerned, we too need to maintain a very balanced and clear relationship, as I've said, because of the location of the island nation. Your thoughts on the same?
Thank you, Devika. Very, very rightly brought out by you, because the strategic location of Maldives is extremely important to us. And major sea routes of the Indian Ocean are passing through it. Almost 50% of the traffic moves along these routes, and it's hardly 70 nautical miles away from our nearest southernmost islands. So I think it's a very, very strategic location, and we have to invest in this relationship. There was a short period of turmoil. I think that period is over now, Devika. I feel we are now moving ahead of this thing, and with the Prime Minister Modi visit after Muizzu actually visited us in October last year, there was a comprehensive building of trust and understanding, a comprehensive economic and maritime security partnership also came about. So what we are looking at with Maldives is a mutual respect, and uh, mutual national interest. You see, Maldives also needs India as much as India needs, Maldives. And when this is a two-way traffic, and when it is a win-win situation for both the countries, I think the relations will go forward. And why I'm saying is because drug trafficking is a major concern as far as terrorism is concerned, and I think this issue, both the countries can move together. Naval collaboration. You see, it was reported in the papers almost 70 of our naval personnel who were manning their maritime assets as well as the radars and all were told to go, but now that is being reopened because Maldives needs India. It is especially very, very critical for the disaster management because these islands, if you're aware, a tsunami like thing can always happen, and we'll always be the first responder. We are just 1 hour away from Maldives. So that is why if you balance China and India, and why Maldives is more interested to have a stronger relationship with India, it's because of these very reasons. Because of this strategic location India has very uh, close to the Maldives, and we have bailed them out from their sovereign debt. We have now $450 million projects which are already going on in Maldives, and this time Prime Minister Modi will be signing a number of MoUs on infrastructure development, and especially one important point here is they have a large number of islands, but there is no connectivity. If because Maldives is economy is basically based on tourism and those people who come from outside. So once these islands are connected by the greater Malay connectivity project on which actually India is working, and I'm given to understand by late 2026 this project is going to be completed. So these are the very much issues we have actually given them a credit facility from our State Bank of India, and also the RuPay UPI transaction is going to be finalized during this visit of the
His Excellency Shri Narendra Modi, Prime
Coach,
Minister
we'll
of the
moving
Republic,
into the press conference.
members of delegations, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. It is a great pleasure to welcome Prime Minister Modi and his delegation to the Maldives. The Prime Minister's visit coincides with two cherished occasions. Tomorrow, His Excellency will join me in the 60th Independence Day celebrations of the Maldives. Today, we have jointly released a commemorative stamp to mark the 60th anniversary of establishment of formal diplomatic relations between the Maldives and India. This afternoon, Prime Minister Modi and I had extensive discussions. We reflected on the successes of our shared development journey, and we charted a clear path for future cooperation. Expanding our cooperation, Prime Minister Modi and I had the honor of witnessing the exchange of 4 MoUs and 3 agreements on several key areas. Among these include a line of credit agreement of $565 million US. This LOC will be utilized for priority projects of my government across key sectors including defense, sports, healthcare, education, and housing. I'm also pleased to announce the initiation of negotiations for a free trade agreement between India and the Maldives. This landmark initiative marks a significant step forward in strengthening our economic partnership. We appreciate the pivotal role played by India in supporting the Maldives to manage economic and liquidity challenges through $400 million US currency swap facility and interest-free 1-year rollover of the Treasury bill in May 2025. India's continued assistance to the Maldives through the export of essential commodities is a key facet of our bilateral cooperation under the long-standing trade agreement. Today, we inaugurated a key project funded under the India's line of credit assistance, Adu Roads project. Prime Minister and I reviewed the progress of ongoing line of credit projects and high-impact community development projects. Our flagship Greater Malay Connectivity Project, once completed, will stand as a lasting symbol of enduring partnership between the Maldives and India. Later today, Prime Minister and I will be inaugurating Dosimena building, developed with Indian grant assistance. This assistance is a testament to this partnership. I express my sincere appreciation to India for the provision of 72 vehicles to the Maldives National Defence Force. The handover of the remaining 3,300 housing flats from the 4,000 housing units project marks a major step forward in my government's policy in addressing housing needs across the Maldives. I thank the Government of India for its role as the Maldives' principal partner in the health sector. The donation of medical cubes is a critical asset for a geographically dispersed nation like the Maldives. India remains a key source market for Maldivian tourism. We discussed ways to expand this vital sector through enhanced cooperation and connectivity, including commencement of direct flights to further enhance this connectivity. On environmental cooperation, we explored opportunities for technical support and capacity building in waste management, biodiversity conservation, renewable energy, and water and sanitation. The Maldives will extend its full support for India as the host of COP33. We confidently recognize India's capability to lead global efforts towards a successful and impactful outcome. Our people-to-people connections have long been the foundation of the relationship between the Maldives and India. Through cultural exchanges, tourism, education, and familial bonds, we continue to strengthen mutual understanding and goodwill between our nations. Looking ahead, we are fully committed to further strengthen our cooperation with India across a broad range of sectors through exchange of high-level visits. Prime Minister Modi, I once again thank you for your commitment to enhancing the close ties between the Maldives and India. I wish both our nations continued growth, prosperity, and harmony. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. May I now invite Prime Minister Narendra Modi to deliver his remarks.
Your Excellency, राष्ट्रपति जी, दोनों देशों के डेलीगेट्स, मीडिया के साथियों, नमस्कार। सबसे पहले सभी भारतवासियों की ओर से मैं राष्ट्रपति जी और मालदीव के लोगों को स्वतंत्रता के 60 वर्षों की ऐतिहासिक वर्षगांठ पर हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। इस ऐतिहासिक अवसर पर गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर के रूप में आमंत्रित करने के लिए मैं राष्ट्रपति जी का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। इस साल भारत और मालदीव अपने राजनयिक संबंधों के भी 60 साल मना रहे हैं, परंतु हमारे संबंधों की जड़ें इतिहास से भी पुरानी है और समुद्र जितनी गहरी है। आज जारी किया गया डाक टिकट, जिसमें दोनों देशों की पारंपरिक नौकाएं हैं, दर्शाता है कि हम केवल पड़ोसी नहीं हैं, सहयात्री भी हैं। फ्रेंड्स, भारत मालदीव का सबसे करीबी पड़ोसी है। मालदीव भारत की नेबरहुड फर्स्ट पॉलिसी और महासागर विजन दोनों में एक अहम स्थान रखता है। भारत को मालदीव का सबसे भरोसेमंद मित्र होने पर भी गर्व है। आपदा हो या महामारी, भारत हमेशा फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर बनकर साथ खड़ा रहा है। एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज उपलब्ध कराने की बात हो या कोविड के बाद अर्थव्यवस्था को संभालना, भारत ने हमेशा साथ मिलकर काम किया है। फॉर अस इट इज ऑलवेज फ्रेंडशिप फर्स्ट। फ्रेंड, पिछले साल अक्टूबर में राष्ट्रपति जी की भारत यात्रा के दौरान हमने व्यापक आर्थिक और समुद्री सुरक्षा साझेदारी का विजन साझा किया था। अब यह रियलिटी बन रहा है और उसी का परिणाम है कि हमारे संबंध नई ऊंचाइयों को छू रहे हैं। कई सारी परियोजनाओं का लोकार्पण संभव हुआ है। भारत के सहयोग से बनाए गए 4000 सोशल हाउसिंग यूनिट्स अब मालदीव में कई परिवारों के लिए नई शुरुआत बनेंगे, नया आशियाना होंगे। ग्रेटर माले कनेक्टिविटी प्रोजेक्ट, अडू रोड डेवलपमेंट प्रोजेक्ट और रीडेवलप किए जा रहे हनी माधु अंतर्राष्ट्रीय हवाई अड्डे से ये पूरा क्षेत्र एक महत्वपूर्ण ट्रांजिट और आर्थिक केंद्र बनकर उभरेगा। जल्द ही फेरी सिस्टम की शुरुआत से अलग अलग आइलैंड्स के बीच आवागमन और आसान होगा। उसके बाद आइलैंड्स के बीच दूरी जीपीएस से नहीं, सिर्फ फेरी टाइम से मापी जाएगी। हमारी डेवलपमेंट पार्टनरशिप को नई उड़ान देने के लिए हमने मालदीव के लिए $565 मिलियन यानी लगभग 5000 करोड़ रुपए की लाइन ऑफ क्रेडिट देने का निर्णय लिया है। यह मालदीव के लोगों की प्राथमिकताओं के अनुरूप यहां के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से के विकास से जुड़ी परियोजनाओं के लिए इस्तेमाल ली जाएगी। फ्रेंड्स, हमारी आर्थिक साझेदारी को गति देने के लिए हमने कई कदम उठाए हैं। आपसी निवेश को गति देने के लिए हम शीघ्र ही बायलैटरल इन्वेस्टमेंट ट्रीटी फाइनलाइज करने की दिशा में काम करेंगे। फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट पर भी बातचीत शुरू हो गई है। अब हमारा लक्ष्य है फ्रॉम पेपर वर्क टू प्रॉस्पेरिटी। लोकल करेंसी सेटलमेंट सिस्टम से रुपये और रुपया में सीधे व्यापार कर सकेंगे। जिस रफ्तार से यूपीआई को मालदीव में बढ़ावा मिल रहा है, इससे टूरिज्म और रिटेल दोनों को ताकत मिलेगी। फ्रेंड्स, रक्षा और सुरक्षा क्षेत्र में आपसी सहयोग आपसी विश्वास का परिचायक है। रक्षा मंत्रालय की बिल्डिंग, जिसका आज उद्घाटन किया जा रहा है, यह ट्रस्ट की कंक्रीट इमारत है। हमारी मजबूत साझेदारी का प्रतीक है। हमारी साझेदारी अब वेदर साइंस में भी होगी। मौसम चाहे जैसा हो, आवर फ्रेंडशिप विल ऑलवेज रिमेन ब्राइट एंड क्लियर। मालदीव की रक्षा क्षमताओं के विकास में भारत निरंतर सहयोग देता रहेगा। हिंद महासागर क्षेत्र में शांति, स्थिरता और समृद्धि हमारा साझा लक्ष्य है। कोलंबो सिक्योरिटी कॉन्क्लेव में साथ मिलकर हम रीजनल मैरीटाइम सिक्योरिटी को मजबूत बनाएंगे। क्लाइमेट चेंज हम दोनों के लिए बड़ी चुनौती है। हमने तय किया है कि रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी को बढ़ावा देंगे। इस क्षेत्र में भारत अपना अनुभव मालदीव के साथ साझा करेगा। एक्सेलेंसी, एक बार फिर इस ऐतिहासिक अवसर पर मैं आपको और मालदीव के नागरिकों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं और गर्मजोशी भरे स्वागत के लिए आप सभी का धन्यवाद करता हूं। मैं आपको पुनः आश्वस्त करता हूं कि मालदीव के विकास और समृद्धि के लिए भारत हर कदम पर साथ रहेगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen of the press. This concludes the press engagements for today.
With that, we slip into a very short break.